Introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. These teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready, ready. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got it. Hey, please grip.
Running from the gun, Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Five.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Ready up. 57 to Mike. Get that quarterback. And all call. Get it.
Right back to him on first down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down. Carson, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. On first down. It's Carson, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. That's complete into the hands of Carson.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Here's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Check, 42's the mark. They're going to need some therapy after this.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To throw again is Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 17 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. Can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 50.
Now a handoff looking right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Dillon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Let's go. 30 base. 54 Mike. Hey, watch your leg.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
The score, Seahawks 7, 49ers 0.
Here we go. Here we go. 10-2 stop. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Recon, 132 fighter. Check 13. Check 13. Ready, ready.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Now Myers for the extra point. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Get ready.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a handoff here to his running back. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their down and relax a little bit after they
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. You know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Patterson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check three.
They'll run now with Dillon. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On the ready.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
5. I'm coming after you. My 55.
From the gun, Patterson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They go play action now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
First down, Seattle.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Why? Get wide.
They run the counter. Carson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Play action. Now Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down and 9.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Patterson. And this is caught by Smith. Touchdown 49ers. Traquan Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check. Hot.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on third down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down. Throwing to start the drive. Patterson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Outlaw, smoke. Mike 5-4, look at me. Go.
The final shot before break. Patterson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. This is Carson. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Zebra. Let's go double count right here, double count.
To throw is Wilson. One that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Patterson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And to give this time to the tailback. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Check out. Good job right there.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They run the counter. Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Blue 15. 14. 42's the mark. 42's the mark. Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. Watch the slats. Watch the slat.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson dumps this one off to Chris Carson. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check 26, check 26. Out. Clear.
They run again with Carson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike, ready. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Bang out. Don't let him breathe, defense. Switch. Check the backer.
On first down, Carson, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tight dog. Let's go double count right here, double count. Alert.
Here's Carson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1.
Watch left. Stop it there. I'll go special. Check 43. Go.
A carry here for the big tight end. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Tighten up. Check. Watch twist. Good tight.
They're going to run this with a tight end. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Let's get it.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Watch the shit. Got it. Big 6 guys. Let's go.
Well, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The San Francisco offense ready drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going from what you did before, because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run now with Peyton, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. Patterson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now they'll run it on the toss. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll have a 1st down past the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 29-yard line. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Here we go. 8 read. Flight 54. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take defense.
2nd and 14. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing it on 3rd and long. Patterson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, Patterson. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Gotta go, in and out.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.